Faith Dialogue, a public affairs program at the crossroads of religion and life, a series highlighting the cultural and social interaction between the worshiping and religious communities in and around the capital city. Austin Faith Dialogue is brought to you by the Austin Metropolitan Ministries in cooperation with KTVC. Join us now in Austin Faith Dialogue. Hello, I'm Richard Thompson, pastor of Central Presbyterian Church, and your host for today's edition of Austin Faith Dialogue. First it was Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, and then later it was Jim Henson with the Muppets, who brought that form of entertainment to an even larger audience. Today here in Austin, we're just delighted to have the counterpart to these creators of illusion, Eric Thompson. Eric is a student at the University of Texas, and I understand his ambition is to become the next Mr. Rogers. We're also privileged to have Alice Butino, a parent of undisclosed age, and we have Rosemary Mullins, who comes out with the fact that she is 8 years old, soon to turn 9. And we're privileged to have all of you here, and we would like, Eric, first of all, since you're the one who is going to be bringing us this set of characters that you've created. You've been doing puppet shows in Austin for a while, I understand.
Yeah, it's been in Austin for about, looking at 5-6 years now. So, been around for a while, yeah. It's doing them at Peace Lutheran Church, where I started. And then since then, word got around, and I've been doing them for birthday parties, 4-H groups, Cub Scout groups, elementary schools, just about anywhere that'll have me.
I see.
So,
has the demand grown for your services?
Yeah, surprisingly so. It's been real neat as a ministry tool, because I'm not one to go out and say, oh, here, let me minister to you guys. But with the puppet show like this, people come to me and say, oh, here, come here and do a show here. And so it forces me to get out in the community. So it has been very, very good outreach for me.
So you're staying in the community, going to UT.
Yes.
Majoring in broadcast and...
Yes, radio, television, and film.
Okay, and hoping to continue to do this maybe professionally sometime.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But in the meantime, you're doing it for fun for us, is that right?
That's it, yeah.
Now, I'd like to find out, before we see what you've brought us today, Rosemary, have you seen many puppet shows in your life? Ever seen a puppet show in your life?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
School.
At school. They bring them at school?
Sometimes.
And you, I mean, do they produce puppet shows at school? Have you been in a puppet show, or just seen one?
Well, I've just seen one.
Just seen them.
We do plays.
You do
sometimes.
plays, okay. All right, and now Alice, what about you? You've been around Austin for a while too, I understand.
For a while.
And you said you'd come to some children's TV productions here at Channel 7?
Yes, as a matter of fact, when I was 6 years old, I was on the Uncle Jay and Packer Jack show, right here at Channel 7.
I see.
I was the only child on the show that day.
And that goes back
A long way.
an unidentified way. So well, here we are today, and I think that the best thing to do is for us to have a taste of your talent, Eric. And I think that as we prepare for this, and he is going to be assisted in this on his production called Spark, which stands for Spirited Puppets Actively Reaching Kids. And as he positions himself to work with his co-collaborators on this, we should know that behind the scenes will be Paul Thompson and Wayne Hamilton, and that we will have enjoying this with us today a studio audience of children and parents. And so now we look forward to the first of two productions, this first one being called The Wish-Granting Creature.
I like being in the woods. The fresh air. You know, I don't think I've ever been in this part of the woods before. Wow, look, there's a hole here. Right here by this tree. I never knew there was a hole down there. Joe, I wonder if there's anything in there. Something's alive in there. It just moved. What could it be? Hi there. It's been a long time since anyone's seen me. What are you? What am I? What am I? Don't you know a wish-granting creature when you see one? A what? A wish-granting creature. Are you deaf? A wish-granting creature? Do you mean you grant wishes? No. They call me a wish-granting creature because I like to smell flowers. Really? Oh, boy, we've got a real smart one here. No, I was just kidding. Listen, I'll try to make this as simple as I can. I am a wish-granting creature, and I will grant any of your wishes. Wow, that's great. How many do I get? That's the best part. You can have as many as you want. In fact, you can even share me with your friends, and I'll grant their wishes, too. Oh, wow. Okay, this is great. Let me think. What am I going to wish for? I know. I wish I could fly. Yeah, let me just take off and fly around the room. Excuse me. Do I look that big to you? I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm only a little wish-granting creature. I can only grant little wishes, okay? So let's try that again, shall we? Okay, let's see. I know. I wish we were at my house. Okay, that's better. Your wish is my command. Ta-da! We're here. Wow, you are really amazing. I wonder how I could keep him all to myself. I know. Wish-granting creature, I have another wish. Okay, go ahead. I wish that you would live in my closet. Okay? Well, please, that's my wish. Okay. Great. Go make yourself comfortable, okay? Right behind the door here in the closet. Yeah, great. This is great. Finally, I'm going to have everything I could ever want. Well, I'm going to go tell Sarah. Well, no, wait a minute. If I tell her, she's going to want her wishes granted, too. No, I don't want everyone getting their wishes granted. No, I want to be the only one.
Hi, Charlie. It's such a nice day that I'm going to go play some tennis.
Great.
Well, I don't have a tennis racket, and, well, I thought I might be able to borrow yours.
Why, sure, go ahead. You can go ahead and get it. It's in the closet.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Well, sure. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the closet. Oh, no. You can't go in there. Look, you'll just have to go play tennis some other time.
But, Charlie...
Borrow somebody else's, okay?
What's the matter?
Well, I just decided that I don't want you in my closet. You can't borrow my tennis racket.
Come on.
No.
Thanks for nothing. You know, you're weird sometimes.
Oh, gee, I feel kind of bad. I wasn't very nice to Sarah. Oh, well. Boy, I wonder what I'm going to do today. Oh, I know. I just remembered. I have that wish-granting creature in my closet. You know, I completely forgot about him. It's been weeks. Hey, wish-granting creature. Knock. Wish-granting creature, are you still in there? I almost forgot about you. I have another wish I want to grant. I'm sorry, bud. I can't. I'm afraid that I'm dying. What? Dying? Yes. Why? What's the matter? Wish-granting creatures live by granting people's wishes. And you've kept me in that closet and only let me grant a few of your little wishes. I haven't been able to grant wishes, so now I'm sick. Oh, no. You mean because I was greedy, you're dying? Oh, no, I feel awful. Oh, I wish I could make you well. Now, that's a wish that you can grant yourself. Really? I can? How? How can I make you better? Just think about it. It's not that hard. Well, let me see. You live by granting wishes. I know. Oh, wait right here. I'm going to go get Sarah. I'll be right back.
Do you really expect me to believe you have a little creature in your room who grants wishes?
Yep, I sure do. Sarah, this is a wish-granting creature.
Wow.
He'll grant any of your wishes.
Really? Well, you know, I really would like a tennis racket.
Why, sure. Your wish is my command.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah, I'm already feeling better. Well, you're going to feel great after I share you with all of my friends. I'm sorry I was selfish, but now I know that it's better to share. Thanks. Why, sure, but, well, come on, let's go. I want to go grant some wishes. All right, well, come on.
Okay. Well, I don't think that we could have wished for anything more enjoyable than that, Eric Thompson.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
I mean, you are something else. I mean, you wrote that, didn't you?
Yep.
As well as being part of it, playing it.
Yes, and the wish-granting creature was one of the puppets that I had made. In fact, that's how the whole play came about. I was playing around with some coat hangers one day and had a little head together and throw some ping pong balls on the top, and I said, hey, here's a neat little creature. And just wrote the play to revolve around him.
Mm-hmm. So it just kind of grew right there.
Yeah.
With your coat hangers.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, well, what do you think about this wish-granting creature? I mean, wouldn't you say, Rosemary, that this play had a point to it? Aren't these puppets with a point? And the point is what, Rosemary Mullins?
Selfish.
Don't be selfish? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hide your wish-granting creature in your own closet?
Yes.
And it's be tempting to do that, wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't this sort of story of temptation?
Yeah.
Eric?
Very much
Huh?
so. Yeah, I would wonder if you had a wish-granting creature who would grant all of your wishes, would you share them with everybody else and let everybody have their wish granted, or would it just be yourself? It would be pretty hard, I think, to go out there and let everybody in on it.
Makes you wonder. Alice, would you put yours in a closet?
Well, since my son's sitting right over there, of course not. I was wondering what you were like as a child. Would you always sit around and come up with these imaginary creatures, and did your mom tell you to go outside and play, or what were you like?
In fact, yeah, very much so. I was a Star Wars buff. I love Star Wars figures, and I would sit in my room for hours playing with the little figures, making stories for them, and you know, my parents would ground me, and it'd be, oh, great, okay, I'll run up my room and play with my figures for hours. So, yeah, ever since I've been little, I've been creating little stories and stuff in my head, and sort of how I entertain myself, I guess.
You were glad to be grounded? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it wasn't that much of a punishment for me, because I would just play for hours and hours in my room with all my little figures and stuff, and they'd all go on great adventures and stuff. So, I guess this is just a big evolution of that, really.
Yeah. Well, I just think that, you know, you're really, as a local preacher, I think that what you're doing is you're getting a message across without boring people, huh?
Yeah, it's also nice, too, because you can reach so many different age groups. You know, the younger kids can look at a play and get a message out for them, and then even, I've had a lot of adults come to me after a show and said, hey, that meant a lot to me, you know, that you really said something there. A lot of times plays work on different levels, and there'll be, you know, a short, simple little message for children, and then maybe a deeper message intertwined in it for adults to look at.
Okay, well, I think that we're going to have more to look forward to in just a moment. I understand that our next one is called Hector's Handicap. And the thing about this is that as we prepare ourselves, we should recognize that this too could be puppets with a point as we look at Hector's Handicap.
Today is the big basketball tryout.
All right, I can't wait. I hope I make it on the team this year.
Me too. I've been practicing a long time.
Quack, quack, quack. Hey, guys. How are y'all doing?
Fine, great.
Great, awesome.
Are you guys ready for the big tryouts today, huh?
Yeah, we are. But you're not trying out, are you?
Oh, yes, I am. Quack, quack. Why wouldn't I?
Hector, you're a duck.
Well, yeah, so?
Well, it's just... Oh, look! Here comes Meniscus. He is the team captain this year.
Line up, everybody. Well, good job. Well, not many people to choose from this year. Let's see, Flash and Grizzly. You guys are gonna be the new team members.
Oh, right! Oh, yeah! Cool, man.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for trying out. I really appreciate it.
Oh, wait. Excuse me. What about me, huh?
Well, you see,
Hey, it's obvious you need more players, and, well, here I am. Ha, quack, quack.
well, yes, but,
But what? Oh, come on, talk to me. What's the matter here, huh?
well, face it, you haven't got any arms.
Well, of course not. I'm a duck.
Look, I can't have a basketball team with players without arms.
Hey, I can adjust. I've overcome my handicap.
I'm sorry, there's just no room, okay? With no arms, you can't play. It's that simple. Now, make like a duck and waddle out of here. Now, we've got to go practice. Come on, team. Well, all right, team, here we are. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Boy, you seem to have a problem here. The hoop looks crooked. Well, I'll just climb up there and see if I can straighten it.
Be careful.
You're pretty high up there.
Yeah, and that branch looks unsteady. You could slip and...
Whoa!
fall.
Meniscus, are you all right?
Whoa, we better get some help.
Boy, oh boy, I can't believe those guys won't even give me a chance. Just because I don't have arms doesn't mean I'm not a whole person. Quack, 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 quack. Whoa, Meniscus, what happened to you?
Well, I fell out of a tree and I broke my arm. I have to wear this thing for 6 weeks. By the time it's healed, basketball season will be over. I can't do anything now. I've let my team down.
Hey, stop feeling so sorry for yourself. You can't be a wimp. You've got to take charge and overcome your handicap. Look, you might not be able to play ball now, but you could be our coach. Yeah, and I could take your place on the court.
Well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. I'll tell you what, why don't you meet us here for practice tomorrow?
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, guys, today we have a new player joining us to take my place.
All right, who is it? Are they any good?
Yeah, are they?
Well, guys, I'd like you to meet Hector, our new teammate.
Oh, no way.
Are you kidding?
Meniscus, he doesn't have any arms.
Yeah, how's he gonna dribble?
I'd like to see him shoot.
Really?
All right, guys, I've had just about enough. Give me a chance, all right? Now here, give me the ball. Are you guys ready? Quack, quack. Okay, 2-on-1. Yeah, I can handle it.
Look out! Yeah, really, Hector, you're great.
I can't wait for our first game. You know, a handicap only stops you from doing something if you let it.
From now on, I'm treating anyone with a handicap just like anyone else.
I'm glad to hear it. We know what we can and can't do.
You can handle a basketball, that's for sure.
All right, guys, let's get on with practice.
Oh, boy, yes, give me back, give me back.
Well, I want you to know that there's no handicap there. And, Eric, I think that you have to tell us about just how in the world do you come up with these ideas, for heaven's sake?
Well, with that particular one, I was thinking about myself and how I tend to be very judgmental when it comes to, like, for example, handicaps. And I don't look beyond the handicap. And I was thinking about that, and I said to myself, hey, you know, there's something to that, you know? And so I sat down and just started writing and came up with that. I thought, yeah, a duck that can't play basketball, that'll work, yeah. So that's sort of how it came about.
If anybody couldn't play basketball, you'd think it'd be a duck, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, ducks can't dunk. You wouldn't think that there would be any
I
chance.
didn't think so, nope. And
But I think now, Alice, you said something about this reminding you of someone that you knew, or some situation that came to mind as a result. What could you share with us on that, please? What it was that had happened?
There's a little boy on Philip's gymnastics team who competes with one full leg and then half of another leg. And he's made it all the way to states and has done quite well, so he's definitely overcome his handicap.
And how do the other kids feel about all of that?
They just treat him as any of the other children that are there.
And so it's just, he just becomes part of the team, the competition, and nobody thinks anything about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I think that now, as you watch this, Rosemary, did that make you think of anybody that's handicapped, that how it's easy to think, well, they just can't do something because they're handicapped, and then it turns out that they really can? Did it make you think of anything like that?
Not really.
You didn't, you haven't known anybody who's suffered like Alice has in this regard? Someone who has, or like, I mean, for instance, well, by the way, look can you see who we've got here? Somebody joined us.
Hi.
We've got a new panelist, for heaven's sakes.
Golly. Hi. I'm Meniscus.
Yeah, and we just saw you on the show, didn't we?
Yep. Oh, boy. And did I learn a lesson, too? You know, when you have a handicap, you really do look at things differently. I didn't think I could do anything with my broken arm, but, well, I found out you can do a lot. I could coach.
You could coach? Yeah, that's right, because you can still move your mouth, right?
Yep. I haven't lost that.
I've heard it said about coaches, when all is said and done, more is said than done. So you really did your job well.
Yep.
And I think, too, we ought to find out if meniscus is a strange name. Have you ever met anybody named Meniscus in your life?
No.
I mean, we've heard of Joe and Harry and Marion and Dorothy, but Meniscus, for heaven's sakes. I mean, what kind of name is that?
Well, that's a pretty interesting story. As it is, I was created and was needing a name, and, well, Eric was in a science class, and his science teacher spoke of a meniscus. Now, what's a meniscus, Eric?
Oh, well, of course, the meniscus on a test tube is the bubble of water that covers over it. And I was sitting in class, and she said, class, when the water bubbles, when you measure it, you got to measure the top of the bubble. And she said it was a meniscus. I said, hey, there it is.
Well, I mean, this is because he's kind of a bubbly creature, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
And gives a little sparkle to life and to the world of puppetry, and even to the church. Now, Meniscus, haven't you spent some time in church?
Yep, I sure have. In fact, summer is a good time because the vacation Bible schools that go around, I get to visit all sorts of churches. In fact, just last week I went to St. Paul's Catholic Church. It was great.
Okay. Well, now, the thing about going to... aren't you a Lutheran, Meniscus?
Well, you know, when it comes to these sort of plays, they're pretty, what's that big old word? Non-denominational. Yeah, that's the one. You know, everybody can get something out of our shows.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I didn't hear you use the word Martin Luther once in all of that show about
No, in
Hector's
fact,
handicap.
yeah, most of them, I've never, ever had anybody come up and say that they disagreed with the, you know, morals behind the show, because they're all pretty much be honest, be good, be nice people sort of thing.
Yeah.
And,
But I mean, you do that in a way that's not just kind of syrupy. I mean, it's
No.
not just be nice, and it's really, hey, I want to be that way.
yeah,
Huh?
and in fact, sometimes some of them are more biblical than others. Sometimes I'm asked, you know, one of them, our church was having what they call Share the Spirit, kind of an evangelistic Sunday, and they wanted to get out, and they asked me to do a show for that. So occasionally I am asked to do one that has a real religious message to it. And so then, of course, it's real easy to adapt.
Okay. Well, I think we're down to about a minute. I certainly want to recognize those people who have been behind the scene, who have brought us such pleasure today. I would like to ask to come out and take a bow, Paul Thompson and Wayne Hamilton. And you know who else has helped us today are those little ones in the front row. Anybody that's on the front row, would you please stand up and turn around and face the camera? This is our studio audience, ladies and gentlemen, various ages and stages. Let's give the studio audience a hand, shall we? And we would like to give these puppeteers a hand in more ways than one. Eric, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You have given spark to our Austin Faith Dialogue this week in a way that we have never had before. Join us next week for our next edition. Good day. For more information, call Austin Metropolitan Ministries at 472-7627.